Even Floyd, like when you make yourself like we got issues or anger, he's still the best fighter out there. Until somebody beat him, that's who he is.
Do you think he should step back in the ring?
I think he got to right now because the money gone.
So the money's really gone?
Yeah, that's what you think. It's fight, get the money, spend the money, fight.
All that money?
And it took been 2 years.
So is it just his overhead is so high on a day-to-day, month-to-month? Like
I don't even want to talk about it. Like within lifestyle, that money's gone, trust me. Now it's like, if you call him, he'll be at your local hosting in a nightclub because you need that action right now.
Wow.
Are Floyd's comments potentially in breach of contract? He could blow the whole fight up and never fight, and also have taken a cash advance on the fight he may not ever have. He's broke! I'm sorry. It's just the truth. Floyd is so badly hurting for money that this is the stuff he's doing. Knowingly signing contracts for a pro fight just to go and publicly undermine it while taking a cash advance. Essentially going, cool, I need that money now. Who cares about the fight?
Floyd Mayweather is now facing serious financial pressure as reports say the IRS has placed a lien on his assets over unpaid taxes totaling around $7.3 million from 2018 and 2023.
Mayweather is being targeted by the IRS over unpaid taxes, with some of his properties and assets being held on lien until the full balance is paid off. And if not, said assets will be fully taken away. This report comes from Business Insider, but is also now being reported by Ring Magazine, in which they reveal that the IRS has filed a lien versus Mayweather in Las Vegas, currently putting a hold on Mayweather's Vegas property due to unpaid taxes stemming from 2018 and 2023 that have now ballooned to $7.3 million.
This is not a small issue being exaggerated, as the government has officially stepped in and frozen his property in Las Vegas. And if the debt is not cleared, those assets could be taken.
Do you think he's talking this trash because he wants a rematch? Do you think he actually wants
Absolutely.
You think he wants a rematch?
Look, another reason why he's crawled out of his rock, he needs money.
You think he needs money?
Absolutely.
He's always flossy.
It's absolutely, he needs money.
You think he's going
Once
broke?
Again, come on. Fighters like that always go broke.
He's always spending, so I guess.
Absolutely. Look, he's not fighting anymore, so that big money's not coming in. Look at what happened to Mike Tyson. He made what, $500 million?
Right.
You think you can't spend $500 million overnight? Absolutely.
You can't.
What makes the situation more concerning is the timing, as it comes when Mayweather is already surrounded by questions about his business dealings and his upcoming fight with Manny Pacquiao.
He's like, Mayweather's broke. I said, no. He's like, no, really, Mayweather's broke. Now, I don't know if it's true.
Right.
This is what this guy told me. I'm like, how could he be broke? He's like, yo, he spends like crazy.
Yeah.
Spends like
I
crazy.
mean, it only could go but so long. I mean, and you're not fighting.
Yeah.
Because I don't see Mayweather even doing any goofy like
But
that.
but you would think that your investments would continue to grow.
Right.
As long as you keep your spending under wraps.
While Floyd publicly called the rematch an exhibition, reports suggest he signed for a professional bout, which could lead to legal problems if contracts are not honored. And there are also claims he used that same fight contract as collateral for a loan, raising more questions about his financial stability.
Is that what he's feeling? But he signed a real fight.
So it's for sure?
Yes, the contract that we signed is a real fight.
Real fight, okay. Yeah, because I know he said...
I wouldn't fight an exhibition.
No exhibition. It's either real fight or nothing.
Yeah, it's a real fight, yeah.
Is Spears still in Las Vegas?
That's the contract that he signed. I mean.
Yeah. So it's still happening then?
He has to remember that.
But it's still on? It's still happening?
Oh yeah, we did sign the contract already, so there's no reason why,
Why wouldn't?
Yeah.
On top of that, multiple Mayweather gyms have reportedly shut down due to unpaid staff and rent issues, with Pacquiao even stepping in to acquire one of the locations and rebrand it, while employees allegedly walked out after not being paid, adding more concern about operations.
Mayweather says that he suffered enormous financial harm and is missing at least $340 million from a reported $1.2 billion that he actually earned in his professional fight career.
Oh my goodness. 340? Who I got to swing on?
I mean,
What that?
Ocho, that's in addition. So he's reporting that they boosted, however they did it, 340, but he earned 1.2. So that's 1.5.
Damn.
Now multiple parties are involved, including the IRS, business partners, and investors, all potentially looking for answers at the same time, which directly challenges the image Mayweather built around wealth and financial control.
Boxed everybody. I boxed everybody, and it's so crazy. Like, I had a lot of great days, I had a lot of bad days in the gym. But I tell them I never have bad paydays.
Dimitri Salita told me a story that one time a big heavyweight, a known heavyweight, challenged you. You told Leonard to go get your bag, and you dropped him with the body shot.
In a boxing gym, it don't count. You can have good days, you can have bad days. A lot of times guys do good in the gym. They be happy. They feel like if you've done good with Floyd Mayweather in the gym, oh, I want a world title, Well, you got to really look at this now. Slow down. You go home to an apartment. I go home to a palace. There's a difference.
Now, Floyd,
when you say your name, when they say these fighters' names, they say thousands and millions. When you say Money Mayweather, you say billions.
The silence from Mayweather and his legal team only adds to the uncertainty, as there are many moving parts and none of them seem simple, making this one of the most serious situations he has faced outside the ring, whether it is resolved quietly or not.
He owed that money to the IRS. How much does he owe?
It's in the $20+ million range.
It's a lot of money, man.
But it's not something that he's been, it's not like deception.
No.
It's just neglect to
It's
pay.
neglect. And it's also like, I think, and there is like a truth to this, he makes so much money, there's probably a point when they're like, hey, it's time to pay your taxes. And you go like, all right, here's a check for $25 million. That's an incredible amount of money. And then they go, that's true, but you owe 50 more. And he's just like, that can't be right. I've given you $25 million.
Yeah, he's bought over 100 luxury cars from the same dealer and always pays in cash.
He has $15 million worth of cars.
Congrats.
Timothy Bradley steps in with a different perspective, suggesting this might not be chaos, but business moving the way Floyd intends, explaining that advance payments can act as leverage and that shifting from a real fight to an exhibition could be a strategic move.
I don't know if Mayweather did that, but you can. You can put a non-refundable attachment on this and be like, all right, hey, I need an advancement for training. I need $3-4 million or whatever for training expenses. And if they agree to say yeah, and he put in a contract that is non-refundable, it's free money.
This idea reflects Floyd's style, as Bradley suggests he could already be ahead, managing obligations and adjusting terms to fit his current situation. But he also admits that if a real fight was signed, it cannot simply be changed without consequences.
It's basically free money. So we know, Mayweather was, it's been reported, I should say, allegedly, that, he's been, a little upside down on some of his taxes and some of his properties. And he needed to come back and fight and take care of that. Well, he got some cheese from that advancement.
Now, there is tension as Floyd may be operating like a businessman, while the system still expects a fighter. And although he may have handled some financial pressure through upfront money, outside pressure from the IRS, contracts, and partners remain strong.
I just know that money he received, I'm pretty out, man, damn it, I don't know for sure, but damn it, I'm probably about, I know I'm 85, 90%, I'm telling you, because I don't think he'll be doing this. This is business. So he's just saying, I understand it was a real fight, but now I want to change it. I want to change it now. I got my advancement. Now I want to change it.
Shane Mosley brings a different energy by focusing on fight reality, saying Floyd is not the same physically and may be slower now, while also pointing out that Pacquiao could have his own issues, meaning both fighters might be compromised.
Now Floyd's not the same Floyd that he was back in the day, so Okay.
You know, maybe he's a little bit older and he's not moving as much. And you know that when you get a little bit older, sometimes you don't have the same foot movements, stuff like that, and you're able to get hit with certain shots. So maybe Manny has a chance to get in there and do some stuff. But Manny also had some, seemed like some complications with, I don't know if he had some kind of stroke or something in the sparring, something like that. I thought I seen. So, I mean, there's stuff going on with him too as well. So, yeah, you know, we will see.
Mosley explains their styles clearly, with Pacquiao bringing pressure and volume, while Floyd is highly strategic, stating Floyd is the more difficult fighter, but Pacquiao is the harder puncher, and emphasizing that against Floyd you only get one chance, which, if missed, is gone forever, making this rematch very different today.
The harder puncher was Manny Pacquiao, but the most difficult was Mayweather.
Okay.
As far as, you know, his IQ. You know, he had a better IQ, but Manny had a harder working, you know, repetition where he'll come at you. He's working hard. He's trying to get you. Whereas Mayweather is more technical and will sit there and pick you apart.
Manny Pacquiao responds calmly with no hype, focusing on discipline and facts, clearly stating that a real fight was signed and payment was already made, applying pressure without emotion and treating the situation as already settled.
You know, if you ask me, as a boxer, I don't need somebody to push me to work hard, work more, but I did. I always put that in my mind when I'm in training. I have to do extra mile to get that condition.
He continues in the same calm tone, saying he is training intensely for a real fight with no excuses, showing clear commitment while the other side appears to be adjusting and negotiating, creating a strong contrast.
Purpose of exhibition that was long time ago, year after our first fight, but I didn't agree. And then I want a real fight, so he signed what I signed. He signed a real fight, and I signed a real fight, and he got his advance. So there's no reason to make excuses of that. So that's true.
All of this creates multiple layers, including financial pressure, legal issues, strategy, and physical reality, with Bradley seeing calculation, Mosley highlighting limitations, and Pacquiao remaining firm, making the situation more intense and complex.
Well, we all look forward to that fight. I mean, he signed a real fight, and he got his advance. So then now makes excuses, no.
Everything now comes together as business, obligation, strategy, and reality collide, with Floyd trying to stay in control but facing pressure from all directions, raising the final question of whether he is still fully in control or if things are starting to slip, while Pacquiao remains steady and unchanged.